Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to install the GitHub Desktop application and also set up a GitHub account. So let's start with our steps. Step 1 is to sign up or sign into a GitHub account. If you already have a GitHub account, then that's well and good. You just need to sign in. If you don't have a GitHub account, I'm going to show you how to get a GitHub account. Click on this link. And by the way, I'm going to provide you that PPT. You can download it and then click it. Otherwise, you can go to github.com/signup. If you have an account, you can just go with sign in option. For sign up, provide your email, your password, a unique username, and then create your account. I already have an account for myself, so I'm going to log in. After you are logged in, you will see your GitHub dashboard like this. If you are new to GitHub, you won't be having a list of repositories here. I do have some projects, so these are the repositories for those. If you don't have any, don't worry, we are going to create new repositories. The GitHub account is done. The next step is to download the GitHub Desktop application, and then we are going to connect both of these things. So first of all, search for GitHub Desktop application, and then this is the first link that goes to desktop.github.com. If you are on Windows, you can download for Windows 64-bit. If you are on Mac, you can download for Mac OS from here. If you want a zip file or the MSI file, you can download with this option. I'm going to install for Windows, and I am going to cancel this because I have already installed it just to save time. Once the download completes, double click on that file. It will open the installer. And once the installer completes installing the application on your machine, it will ask you to sign into your GitHub account. This is where our GitHub account is going to be connected. Click on finish. And then this is your application. Click on the authorization, close these, open the application, make it full screen. This is our application. It is now connected to my GitHub account. And these are the repositories that you saw on my GitHub account. Go to File, Options. You will see this is my GitHub account. We have integrations. If you want Visual Studio Code or either IntelliJ or any editor of your choice, you can select from here. You want shell, I use Git Bash. You can use other options as well, PowerShell, Windows Terminal. We have the Git details here. We have appearances, notification, prompts, advanced, and a lot of stuff. We will see all of this one by one. For now, click Save. And for now, we are going to create a new repository. Now, there are many options to create repository. You can create a repository on your computer, that is your machine. You can create locally and then upload it to the GitHub using this application, desktop application. Or you can create a repository directly from here. No need to create a folder in your local machine. So this option is for creating a new repository on a local machine or a local drive. Click on this, provide the repository name, and I think the font size is very small, so let me zoom in. Control and plus, command or plus on Mac. I think this is fine. The repository name is up to you. GitHub Desktop repo. You can provide anything that you like. Description, a repo for desktop tutorial. You can choose the path where you want the repository to be created. You can add a README file with this option. If you want to explain about your project or include some things on the GitHub repository, you can initialize with a README file and put the details in there. Git ignore, you can choose anything, but for now we are going with the defaults. License, you can choose the popular one, MIT license or Apache license, anyone. Let's go with this one. Click on create repository, and the repository will be created on our local drive. You can view the repository in our Explorer, show in Explorer. You will see in the documents in the GitHub folder, we have this repository, GitHub Desktop repo. We have the README, the license, and the .git attributes file. Plus this, we have to publish the repository, so it is published to our GitHub account. Right now, if I go back here, refresh this repository is not in our GitHub account. It is only in our local machine. Publish the repository. This is going on github.com. This is the repository name. This is the description. You can select this option to keep your GitHub repository private, so it is visible only to you. I can unselect this. I don't want it to be a private repo. Publish the repository. And GitHub Enterprise is for organizations. When you work with organizations or companies, GitHub Enterprise is for that. Okay, our repository is published. Now let's go back here, refresh. And we have this GitHub Desktop repo. This is public repository. We have these 3 files here. This is our repository name. This is our repo description. Repo and repository both mean the same thing. You will find me using both the terms interchangeably. Let's go back to our application, and we have a lot of options here, file, edit, and then these things. I will explain you everything step by step, but let's see what options we have here. Open the repository in your external editor or your editor of choice, whatever you choose from your settings. You have the option to view the files in your Explorer, just like this I showed you. You can view the repository on your GitHub using this option. Close this, go back. We are going to open in Visual Studio Code. Okay, trust the author. And then we have the license, we have the README. This is our description, and we have the Git attributes. Font size is small. Let's make it big so you can see properly. And let's move this to the right, and we will check the other options. Starting from the top left, we have our file. In the file, we have the options for adding the local repository or cloning the repository. Cloning the repository, we will see in the second last or the last section. We have the options. I showed you these options. After that, we have the edit, undo, redo, select, paste, copy, paste, etc. In the views, we have the changes. We are yet to do some changes, so use this option. We have the changes, the history, whatever changes that I'm doing, the history of that, the history of commits as well. We have the list of repositories, list of branches. We have full screen, zoom, zoom in, zoom out. We have the zoom, zoom in, zoom out. In the repository, we have push, so we can push the repository on GitHub, pull the changes, fetch the changes, remove the repositories, create an issue on GitHub, and we have the repository settings. In the settings, we have the remote origin URL. In the ignored files, this is .gitignore. This will be as equal to going back to VS Code here and creating a new file with .gitignore. So this will be that file. So whatever files you put in here, that will be ignored and will not be pushed on your GitHub repository. We have the git config here. So let's cancel. I'm showing you all of these options because we are going to use most of them in the upcoming lectures. We have create an issue. In the branch, we have the new branch option. We can create new branches, delete them, rename them, compare code across the multiple branches, merge the branches, create the pull request, and much more. In the help, we have about GitHub Desktop. You can check for updates from here. Close. Now coming here, we have the current repository. You can have a list of repositories connected to this GitHub Desktop application, and you can switch from here. After this, we have the branch tab where we will see a list of branches. We are going to make the branches in our next lectures, so we will see all of them here. This is fetch origin. This is used for pulling or fetching the changes. I will show you later. We have the changes here. You can see I have added one file that is .gitignore, because if you go here, I have this .gitignore. If I delete this, you will see the change has gone now. There is no more changes here. In the history, you can see I have an initial commit. When you create a repository, this is the first default commit. You can see I have added these 3 files. Okay. And in the changes, in bottom left, we have the commit to main. This is our commit section. Here you can provide the commit message, a description about what your commit includes, what are the changes, and then commit to the branch. Welcome back. In this lecture, let's make some real changes and see all of this in action. Go to our VS Code. We have the Git attributes. Let's add one more file. This will be demo.md. Close this. We have demo.md. Close this also. Let's add something. This is a repo demo, and then save it. Go to our application. You can see instantly under the changes tab, we have one file change, that is demo.md. And this is the content that is added. You can see initially there was nothing, and then we added one line to this MD file. Let's go back here. Let's do one thing, increase the font size a little bit and make it to the left so you can see properly. This to the right and like this, so you can see both of the things better. This is a repo demo. I don't like this. I will change it to GitHub Desktop demo. Save it. Go back here. You can see this is GitHub Desktop demo. It is updated here. So it is updating as soon as you are updating your local file or your local repo. Now let's add some more lines. This is a new line in the MD file. Save it, and maybe one more just to test out things. This is another line in MD file. Save it. So this is the content that we have changed. You can see we have added 5 lines to this demo.md file. This is our change, but right now our change is only in our local repository. It is not in our GitHub repo. For that we have to commit this change, and now here comes the use of this section. You can provide the commit message in this box, a commit description. This is optional. If you want to add a description to the commit, like explain the changes, you can provide a description here. We have the commit to the main branch or any branch that you want. I am in main, so it is going to commit to the main branch. Let's add a commit message. Add demo.md file. You can provide the description. This is optional. I'm going to commit. So all of these changes, these 3 lines and the addition of this demo.md file, it is going on our remote repository or the GitHub repository. Commit, and then we have to push this commit. So this is same as git push. When you did commit, it was similar to git commit -m, and then you provide your commit message. This was when we did the commit. Git push, when you click on this button, this will be similar to running git push origin master or whenever you do git push. Git push. And then it is refreshing the repository, fetching the origin. Let's go back to our repository here, refresh it. We will see the changes, and now you can see we have 2 commits. This is add demo.md file. So here, this is a commit that we have added. This is our demo.md. I can zoom in. This is our demo.md file, and these are the changes that we did on our GitHub Desktop application. We are going to make much more changes so that it will help us understand this application better in the upcoming lectures. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.